everyone. My name is MinnieMouseSimHouse, and welcome. You have somehow stumbled across my very first speed build. I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun making it. It was also really nerve-wracking at the same time because I spent 4 hours trying to update my computer so that way I could do all the movies and stuff. Um, so basically here I am I'm building a house that is, it's a little cottage, kind of amongst the flowers and, you know, nature stuff. So it's called Iris, and I named it that because after my grandmother who's passed away, but it has a lot of character. It's kind of old looking, but it's beautiful at the same time. So as you're watching me build this, I just kind of wanted to tell everyone a little bit about myself. Um, I've been spending a lot of time lately uploading houses and building houses, and I seem to be getting, a lot of good feedback, so I'm pretty excited about that. So for the few people that, are kind of watching out for what I'm doing, and I also had some people that I want to thank, but I'll do that here in a little bit. um, I I'm gonna give you a little bit of about me while this is going on because I really don't know what I'm gonna talk about for the next 26 minutes. It's gonna be hard for me to talk about this house. So my name obviously is not actually Minnie Mouse. My name is Cassandra. I go by Minnie. It's a nickname given to me by my husband. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with my big eyes or big ears that I eventually grew into. So, but you can call me Cassandra or you can call me Minnie. I answer to both. Um, I am 27 years old. I live in the U.S. in small town Indiana. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I also do the university. I do the Art Institute online, and I'm about 2.5 years into getting my bachelor's in interior design. So maybe that's why I love playing and building in The Sims so much, or maybe it's the other way around. So a few things. Let's see. I kind of got a late start into The Sims 3 because God, I've only been playing for maybe a year. I've only had probably the game for about a year. I've only been playing really for maybe 9 months, and I got a late start because I didn't have a computer that could run the game for a really long time. And I remember just kind of sitting back and watching everyone play The Sims 3 on YouTube, and I'm like, man, I did buy a computer that would run it, barely. It did a lot of crashing for the first few months, and I couldn't really enjoy it, so I'm not very tech savvy. I finally figured out what the problem was probably 3 months after, and I got a better video card. So, it seems to be working pretty well now. There's a little bit of lag, but I guess everybody has a little bit of lag here and there. Um, let's see. I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, so I got a late start, and I've already done the whole actually playing my Sims and seeing all the kind of interactions and the things that are new and things to do. So I started to get kind of bored with that, and I really started getting into actually building the houses, and I am really loving this part. I don't know what I'm doing here on the camera. I couldn't figure out how to cut this part out of the Windows Movie Maker my first time editing too, in case you can't tell. I need a drink of water. I am trying to be really normal at the same time. I keep losing my train of thought. So, let's see, what was I talking about? My late start, right. I totally made a script, so that way I would hopefully not forget anything. Okay, so I'm really getting into building houses, and I'm getting a lot of good feedback, so I'm pretty happy and proud about that, and I thought I would just kind of take it a step further and jump into doing speed builds and videos and seeing what kind of response I can get from that. I do have a Facebook page. It's called MinnieMouseSimHouse, so make sure that you visit, and it's got it's got all the houses that I've uploaded so far, and hopefully there will be more speed builds to come. It is pretty time consuming, and not really hard, just it's difficult to remember to push the video start button. And I can see that this is, as this is going, because I had to speed it up obviously. I didn't do this in 26 minutes, of course. It's kind of jumpy here and there, so I'm sorry if you guys like miss a few things from where it starts to jump. I think the next time that I do this, I think I might know how to help that a little bit. Anyway, so none of my houses have CC, and as of right now, I don't have any store content. I don't really plan on using store content, but there is a few things in the store that I really do like. Some windows and some actual build items that I'd like to have. I probably won't get them, but I'm not going to say that my houses won't ever, never, ever have store content, because someday that it might. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to thank some people who are kind of paving the way for some of us others in the Sims 3 community and on Twitter and YouTube and things like that. So I started out, the first speed builds and things that I had ever watched came from James at the Sim Supply. He's really awesome, you know, and he's a really good builder. And I don't only just watch his speed builds, but he makes a lot of tutorials that are really helpful, and you know, taking that extra creative step, and so I really appreciate, James, if you ever happen to see this, I really appreciate you making those videos for us, and you know, just kind of putting yourself out there and being yourself and being really cool. And not to mention, I love your accent, so I could watch you and listen to you all day long. I also, I do watch a little bit of Curtis parody. He builds some really big houses, and it's crazy. So, Curtis, I really like what you're doing with your channel, and I really like that you're always being yourself, and you're really funny. So, I also like Krill, Sims 3. He is really sweet, and he makes amazing movies. So if none of you have ever checked them out, I highly recommend the Sim Supply, Krill Sims 3, and Curtis Parody. I think everyone probably knows who they are though. So, but thank you guys for taking your time to make all those tutorials and those videos for us, and it's probably appreciated more than you realize. I also just wanted to take the time and say thanks really quick to everyone who is downloading my houses and liking my Facebook page, and I think I'm going to open a Twitter. I haven't really got the hang of Twitter. I'm 27 years old and I have no idea how to use it really. So thank you everyone for liking and recommending and, you know, just giving me general feedback. It's really sweet and it's really appreciated. So let's see. I really like, oh gosh, this is taking forever to save. So I think I'm just gonna maybe try to talk about what I'm doing here now. And it looks like I've already got the house built and colored. I don't know if I've done the inside yet. Oh, I jumped ahead a little, I think, and this is where I start to do the landscaping a little bit. I knew what kind of landscaping I wanted to do. I knew that I wanted it to be sort of a field of high grass and flowers. So right here, I just kind of start to put all the landscaping in and all the grass. And I maybe should have sped this part up just a tad bit, but I didn't. So, oh darn. Let's see. I really tried to get this under a couple budget, which is I think 18,000, and I'm usually pretty good at getting things under a budget, but this house, it was so close. I was only $1,000 away and there just wasn't anything that I could cut out. And I was like, oh, I can't leave some of this out, you know, things that I really wanted in there. And so, you know, you're not going to be able to probably, it's not really a starter house, but, you know, all you got to do is save up $1,000 and go get it. So, there was a few things as I was actually building the house. The biggest bedroom, master, I guess you could call it, the biggest bedroom, I actually, when I went to go play test it, it wouldn't work, so I kind of had to move a couple of walls, and you can't really, there isn't really a big difference because of where I moved, which walls I moved, but, so it doesn't actually look the way that it does in this video. It's a tad bit different. Still looks pretty though, so I really messed with this grass for a really long time. And I rotate it because I couldn't have it all looking the same because that would look silly, right? So I really and I spent a lot of money. That's probably where that extra $1,000 went. I spent a lot of money just doing landscaping, which is ridiculous. I'm just trying to, I don't know how everyone talks for 26 minutes. That's insane how someone can talk that long. My children won't even let me do anything for that long. Like, so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, some of the nice curb appeal there. Oh, I like what I do here. I end up putting sunflowers there. Hopefully it does, I don't know if it's going to skip that part or not. It didn't when I was watching it earlier. So, I put some sunflowers there, and I try to kind of make it go up over top of the window. I wanted it to be really tall. Yay, there it is. One of them wasn't tall enough for me. So, yeah, I'll get a second one here in a minute. And, yeah, I couldn't find any bushes that I liked for, I didn't want to do too many flowers. But I really wish that there was more greenery, just more actual bushes that I could have put around it. I just ended up putting grass around it, nothing special. I think maybe I threw a few more flowers in there. But I was really trying to figure out how to get this. I really wanted the sunflower to be up. So I ended up having to cheat here in just a minute to get that sunflower, the other sunflower, up on top of the other one because it just wasn't tall enough for me. And there we go, cheating. I'm not gonna say I use a lot of cheating. Maybe I do. I use a lot of move objects on, but depending on the house that I build, I don't usually use constrained floor elevation. I'm not really comfortable with it yet. I'm still trying to figure it out, and then right here I realized, oh, you forgot constrained floor elevation. And there we go, typing it. Oh, see, and it skipped ahead, and if you kind of look over in the corner, you can see that I did get it up there. And I've apparently already placed all my landscaping. I'm so sorry that it skipped for everyone, but, you know, it's probably better off that way. So I decided that there was something missing right here, so I tried to, I started to build a bit of a retaining wall, and move the, I tried to slope it down a little bit, and then I thought, you know, it would look really pretty with a little pond right there, and I wanted to build a pond there somewhere anyway, and I thought this was a pretty good spot, so I did it. And then I put everything back. And I messed with this for quite a bit, but it looks like the outside's really starting to come together. I did end up putting, I don't know if it skipped that part, but I did end up putting, I used the debug, and I put some, I think there was a pumpkin vine and some mushrooms and stuff like that. I kind of spread that out a little, and there's a very, very small garden in the back, but I did leave room so your Sims can plant more. Yeah, I'm just trying to fit all that in right there. Not really much to say about that. Just fitting it in, making it look nice, tarting it up a bit. Yeah, I don't have patience to build really big houses, and I don't know, oh my goodness, I don't know it took me a while to figure out how I was even gonna record this and put it all together. It was a lot more simple than I thought it was gonna be, but I don't know if I could build like a ginormous house. I think this house altogether took me like 3.5 hours to do. So I just kind of sat and did it straight through because I really wanted to, figure all this out. Oh, it looks so pretty there. Oh, and it skipped to the inside and I've already furnished some. Darn it. I really don't know why it's doing that. Anyone who can tell me why it's doing that, that would be fantastic, much appreciated. So, there's the bed right there. You can see I didn't have enough room on either side for the Sims to get in the bed, and I realized that when I playtested. I playtest all my houses, so I know that they're usable and things that actually need to be used can be used, like countertops and beds and things like that. So, with the little kind of bay area there, I was trying to figure something out that was going to be kind of unusual, and I really wanted to be able to put some plants and some greenery there, and darn it, it just skipped right ahead. Anyway, so I did. I used move objects on and kind of, because the dining room was originally going to be there, and you'll probably see at some point that, I spend forever looking at couches too. I am so sorry for the indecisions, everyone. The indecisions that you will see today. Especially color picking and couch picking. I'm pretty awful at that. It was a little complicated getting the couch up on the stage there because the stairs were in the way. The very small step was in the way, which is silly. But, so I had to use a cheat to get it up there, and the placement, I couldn't figure out a placement for this for the life of me. I wasn't sure what to do. I think I'm happy with the end result. I'm still a little unsure about the love seat that I chose there, but it seems to be one of the only things I can fit. I really just move that TV anywhere. I usually don't put TVs in my houses, or even in my starter houses rather, because my Sims don't watch TV. I don't know if everyone else's Sims watch TV, but I always make sure there's a bookcase because my Sims read a lot of books. They don't have time to watch TV. They're too busy running around the neighborhood and doing other things. So, trying to pick bookshelves now, and also trying to keep in mind my budget, which is really starting to go over, but nothing I can do. Let's see. Yeah, I think right here I really start to figure out exactly what I want to do with that area. Sometimes whenever I am trying to figure out a layout of a room and I get really frustrated with it, with whatever I've done, I just skip to something else and just leave it. Same thing with colors. I'll figure out some colors and I get tired of it and messing with it, and I go on to something else, and I just come back to it later and do whatever. This is the tiny little area upstairs. Oh, it's already moved away. Tiny little area upstairs that I think it's really cute. It can be used for a bedroom. I mean, there might be enough room for an alchemy station or something up there. I'm not sure. Everything looks pretty funky right now because I haven't colored anything. I always kind of color everything last, and I try to use, I really wanted to use that tile for the kitchen, but it was so expensive and I couldn't do it. Darn, working on a budget. I have built a few houses that I didn't use a budget for, and I just went balls to the wall and did whatever I liked. But sometimes when I'm trying to keep things cheap for your Sims, for my Sims, let's see. So the interior designer in me, oh my goodness, I really have a fit with it sometimes. Matching things and then trying to keep things interesting. And there are, they've really come a long way. The Sims 3 has really come a long way, and you know, having choices, and I'm really grateful for that. But sometimes at the same time, I'm just thinking there are too many choices. There's too many things for me to do. So let's see. Right here, I'm trying to pick out. I knew I wanted to do a butcher's block countertop, so I do that, and I keep it. And then, you know, at one point I thought maybe I was having too much wood, too many browns, and too many neutrals. I do have a hard time picking colors sometimes. Oh, yeah, see, there I go, picking the wood. Oh, I wish you could see, but you can't really see that I've done the dining room table there. I tried to add a little color and a little brightness in since the floors were kind of dark, and I also haven't added any wallpaper yet, so that helps. Got the cheap doors, got the cheap stairs, just putting wood all over that. Oh, I got the layout done of the, all the rotating, lots of rotating, lots and lots of rotating. That must be very frustrating for you. Okay, so, picking couch color, I decided to leave it the way that it was. I thought, you know, I really wanted to use purples and blues and, you know, hues like that, and nothing really looked right to me. I couldn't figure out where I wanted to bring the color into this house, and I think I finally decided that I was going to bring a lot of the color in through the walls, wallpaper and things like that. So, and I love that granny chair. That's the chair for my granny. Oh gosh, I can't. Oh, I put that bookshelf I slid it into the wall a little way because I felt like it was out a little too far, and that actually ended up being kind of neat because when I went to take pictures of the inside, there was no, you couldn't see the back, so it kind of looked like it was just a bunch of shelves put onto the wall, so I thought that was pretty neat. Oh my goodness, and everyone gets to watch me and my indecision on coloring the doors. And I meant to change the trim around the door, and I completely forgot about it. So I'm kind of irritated about that. At another house, though, I forgot to put tile down in the kitchen, and it was just wood floor, which isn't so awful, but so mad at myself. Yeah, so there I was adding some wallpaper and just trying to mix things up and add a little color in. I think at this point I started to get a little frustrated and a little tired, frankly, because I had been at it for 3.5 hours. So I started to get a little tired, and you know, just the decisions were coming a lot faster at this point. So, and I think the video is really just about done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and close it up here. And thanks guys for watching. If you made it in this far, I really appreciate taking 26 minutes out of your day to come hang with me and watch me play my Sims. So I do love it. Leave me some feedback and let me know, you know. I'm sure I said a lot, so I'll probably get a lot of stop saying so much, but it's a little nerve-wracking. I'm getting a little more comfortable towards the end of the video. Just trying to be myself, so I'm a little awkward just being myself. Alright, so just check out my Facebook page. I am on the Sims 3 website, so you can find me, Minnie64. And go ahead and add me as a friend, because I've been adding people like crazy as friends. And, you know, keeps me updated on what everyone else is doing, and, you know, what's new out there, and, you know, vice versa. So feel free to add me, leave me a comment, and maybe I'll feel like making another video, because this one was a lot of fun. And if James sees this, you better give a shout out to me, maybe on Twitter or something. I am gonna get a Twitter account. I feel like I've really been rambling for the last 26 minutes. This is insane. So, oh, iPod Zeke. I see, I think he's adorably funny, and he's a really sweet kid. So, and I have to say kid, because really they're all kids. I think I'm probably the oldest one. I don't know how old Queen is, but I feel like I'm the oldest person that plays this game. I've been playing since it came out though, 2000. I'll have to tell you about my first experience playing The Sims, but upcoming some pictures, so enjoy guys.